the same day I pay your phone bill, the first thing you do is hop on the phone with another bitch? Baby, and I stayed? Y'all, chasing love can set you back so far in life. Loving these lame ass dudes more than we love ourselves, and it's embarrassing.
You won't get these drinks out here. I got money, so they put it in the bag. I'm pulling off all the tags and pulling off in the jag. Fuck being broke, cause broke niggas is mad. Get a job with your broke ass and get it out the hoe's ass. I go fast when I'm riding through the city lights. I'm from the Bay, West Coast with your city like new nice fresh jeans and a snapback.
Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. I'm a vibe, you a vibe, we should vibe, so you should what? You should like, comment, share, and subscribe, but only if you want to, only if you want to, only if you want to, only if you want to. If you're watching, that's really all I appreciate. Everything else is extra, and if you do so, I greatly appreciate it. If you want that extra juicy tea, go ahead and click the link down in my description below to join my membership. A new video should be up on the goddamn channel, so go check that out. If you like the intro song, that is also linked down in the description below. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's another episode of Let's Be Effing For Real, okay? And this episode is basically going to be about, let me get my handy dandy notebook, period. And if you don't know what that's from, you too young, okay? Hold on, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on. Supposed to be. Okay, so we about to get into the conversation of loving yourself versus loving others, and how us ladies be loving these lame ass dudes more than we love ourselves, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for me. I'm embarrassed for all of us, because bitch, I've been there, you've been there, we all been there. But you know what? We about to clean that stuff up, okay? We about to take our power back, and we about to stop pouring more into others than we pour into ourselves, especially these people that don't be pouring back into us, okay? So I'm trying to keep these girl talks short, but for some reason they always end up 30 minutes or more. But okay, let's get into it. Okay, so my first talking point is, and y'all, bear with me. I know with these Let's Be Effing For Reals, I wish I can like really rehearse. Not like, I don't want it to be like rehearsed though. I want it to be like real authentic. I do take my notes and jot things down, but just bear with me. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I don't have 7 days a week to sit down, edit and record and perfect these videos. I'm so sorry. I'm doing the best I can. So please bear with me when I'm like looking at my tablet, because I just jotted some shit down real quick, then went about my day, had hella other shit to do. And just please bear with me. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's get into it. So, how to know if you love others more than yourself. Okay, now sometimes a lot of us women, we be in denial, we be delusional, and that right there is why we always end up loving others more than ourselves. And most times it's who we in a relationship with. Family and friends are included, but most times it's the guy, or if you swing the other way, the woman you're dealing with. You always tend at some point to lose yourself and start loving them more than you love yourself, because you start getting into that, you chasing them. You get what I'm saying? Like, dudes will chase a woman and then get her and then stop chasing her. And then we feel like now we got to start chasing them to keep the relationship going. So we going to get into that subject, women chasing guys versus girl chasing. Yeah, we going to get into that. But let's get into this. Okay. So if you put others' needs and wants before yours, you sacrifice too much of your time and energy into people you cannot depend on. And that's day one most important. We be putting so much time and energy into people, and we don't even be putting that much time and energy into ourselves after so long. And then be the people you can't even call and ask for $1 from. You call these people and you ask them for something, it's an attitude, it's 1,000 questions, it's a this or that. But when they call you, you don't even hesitate. So if you are catching yourself doing that, I'm sorry to tell you, You love them more than you love yourself. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say, Bookie. I don't care what you say, girl. You love them more than you love yourself, and that is not good. That's not healthy. You help people and feel bad after because it's something you didn't really want to do. So you ever, boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, and they ask you to do something and you really didn't want to do it, but you did it anyway. And after you did it, instead of you feeling good about it, you feel bad. Like, damn, why did I do that? Like, I don't, you don't feel right that you did that. You feel like you should have not done that. That means you love others more than you love yourself, because you're willing to sacrifice doing something that you really don't want to do just to please them. We got to stop doing that. You feel obligated to do certain things for people because you feel like if you don't, they will get mad at you and won't want to deal with you anymore, or they kind of distance themselves from you if you tell them no or you don't do something they ask you, and you feel bad, like you feel guilty. You love them more than you love yourself. Because if you tell somebody, nah, I can't do it, or I ain't got it, and they get mad at you, for one, they're ungrateful, because I'm sure you probably helped them plenty of times. That's why they even coming to you to ask you, because they know they can ask you and depend on you to be there for them. And that one time you say no, they get mad at you and stop effing with you, or, start ghosting you and stuff. And you feel bad. Usually you end up trying to like make up for it or do it because you don't want them to be mad at you. Girl, please stop doing that, because people who respect you and respect your boundaries will be okay with you saying no, or you can't do it, or you don't got it. You got to start cutting people off that don't appreciate you when you are there for them, and understands when you cannot be there for them. Okay, you cannot love people more than you love yourself, because then you put yourself in these awkward situations where you start questioning yourself, like, am I a good person? Am I a good girlfriend? Am I a good friend? Like, should I have told them yes? Why are they mad at me because I told them no? If you're having those thoughts about anybody in your life, I don't care who it is, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your grandma, your granny, your granddad, I'm sorry, you might need to cut them off, low-key. I'm just saying, because you care more about how they feel about you than how you feel about yourself. Because why should you feel guilty because you couldn't or you didn't want to do something for somebody? You shouldn't feel guilty. It should just be like, okay, you mad? Okay, like, maybe we shouldn't even be on this type of level where you can ask me for things, and then if I say no, your ungrateful ass is mad. Okay, so if you are having them type of situations with anybody in your life right now, that's a sign that you love others more than you love yourself, and you may need to start reevaluating them people in your life, and then you need to start reevaluating your self-love and start working on you and pouring more into yourself. Okay, let's see. If you find it hard to let go of people, even though you know they're no good for you, they don't serve no type of purpose in your life, you love them more than you love yourself. We gotta stop holding on to people that serve no purpose in our life, and we only keeping them around because we feel bad that if we stop dealing with them, that this or that might happen to them. For example, y'all, I stayed with my baby daddy for almost 10 years. And for a good majority of those years, I did not want to be with him. But he put his whole life trauma and family issues all on me, and made me feel like if I left him, then he would have nobody and he would have nothing. So anytime I was trying to break up with him or leave him, he reminded me how he depended on me, and that if I left him, he would have nothing. So I would feel bad, and I would feel guilty that if I left him, like, who's gonna be there for him, and da 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 da. So I stayed in that relationship, even though I didn't want to stay in that relationship, but I loved him so much, and I just felt like, okay, if I give him so much love and pour so much into him, he's gonna change, he's gonna do better, he's gonna appreciate me, he's gonna stop doing this, he's gonna stop doing that. It never happened. I loved him more than I loved myself, and I poured more into him than myself, and it did not end well. It never ends well. And I wish I would have got out the situation way sooner and just cut him off before things got as crazy as they did towards the end of our relationship. If you worry more about other people's problems than your own, you love others more than yourself, and you got to stop doing that. Because I'm the type of person, and y'all, I'm working on this one right here. I'm way better at it now, but it's like when I care about someone and say we talking and they telling me about, you know, little issues or problems they got going on in their life, I start carrying that on. I start feeling like, ooh, I need to try to help them figure out how to solve this problem. And now I'm consuming myself with their problems. And it's like, you want to be there for the people you love, but you cannot be putting more effort into problem solving their problems than they are, and they should not want you to do that. It's one thing for your friends to confide in you and you give them advice, and but at the end of the day, especially depending on how old you are, if you're grown, you have to learn how to solve your own problems, and you got to stop depending on other people to solve problems for you, because them are leeches. Them are people who suck you dry. They want you to do it for them instead of trying to do it themselves and maybe needing a little bit of assistance. If you're younger, that's different. Like if you leaning on your parents or, you know, family members or friends, that's a little different. But still, even as young women, you know, your early 20s or teenage girls out there, you don't want to be putting all your problems on your friends, because they're probably going through a lot of shit as well. Y'all young, you feel me? Vent to your friends, but let them know that they don't need to take on your problems. You just venting to them, and you know, you just want to talk and get it out, because a lot of times we don't be sitting back thinking like, damn, I just poured all this onto them. Now they probably thinking, I need them to help me solve these problems. Like when I tell my problems to my friends, I just make it clear to them, girl, I'm just venting. I just want your advice, but I don't want you to consume yourself with my problems, because I know you got your own problems. Sometimes I just want to get it out, talk it out, hear what I'm saying, hear what other people saying, and then boom, I can put it in motion. We got to stop depending on other people to like fix everything for us, because a lot of times people get dependent on shit. So you let people consistently step over your boundaries, you got to cut that out. That right there, we got to cut that out, ladies. Because, and I feel like going forward, ladies, please set boundaries with people in the beginning. And I know it's so hard to try to figure out when is the right time to do that, but do that as soon as possible. Let people know what you looking for, what you not looking for, what you gonna allow and what you not gonna allow. Because setting those boundaries early, and then if somebody step on them and you cut them off, they cannot question why you cut them off. You told them what your boundaries was and they stepped over them. A lot of times, ladies, we don't give people boundaries, and then we allow them to play with us, and then we get mad, and then they're looking at us like, what you mad for? You never told this person that was a boundary of yours. You get what I'm saying? So then it starts making things a little bit confusing, because then it's say if it's a guy, he's like, well, you never said and you never told me. And then it's like, well, shit, girl, you didn't. You didn't. So he feeling like, you know, things is sweet, things is good, and really they not. So please start setting boundaries with people early and stand on them boundaries. Okay, if somebody step over your boundaries, you have a conversation with them, and if they realize what they did, they understand, and da-da-da-da-da, cool, you can give that person another chance. But if that person try to dismiss boundaries you set with them already, and try to find an excuse of why what they did is okay, if it's not like a really, 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 really valid reason, cut them people off, because them type of people are gaslighting you, and they're going to continue to do it. They don't give a shit about your boundaries. You got to cut them people off. You got to stop loving them more than you love yourself, and keep allowing them to step over boundaries, because if they do it once, they're going to do it twice. If they do it twice, it's no end to it. You get what I'm saying? Okay, if they do it once, you have a conversation and they understand, and you feel me? Okay, but if they do it twice, girl, no. I'm sorry. You got to stop just giving people chances. Like, I'm only giving people 2 chances. You get 1 chance, we have a conversation. Strike 2, Strike two, no, because if I continue on, I'm hurting myself. They're no longer hurting me. I'm hurting me because I set boundaries. They stepped over it twice. Nah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop liking people for their potential and start liking people for who they are in that moment. If you don't like a person who they are in the moment, then you shouldn't fuck with them. Stop creating a fantasy in your head where you can try to get them to be this person you want them to be. If they're not the person you already want them to be, I'm sorry. It's just, you're being delusional and you gotta cut that out. I'm sorry to tell you, if you don't love yourself more than anybody, how could you love anybody else? How could you really truly love somebody if you do not fully love yourself 100% more than anybody? You come before anybody. If you're not at your full capacity or, close to it, why are you pouring more into somebody else? You're draining yourself to lift them up. And most times they don't even appreciate it, because somebody who appreciated that will tell you like, nah, I got me. You feel me? They wouldn't allow you to pour more into them than they are pouring into themselves, and more than what they're pouring into you. It should be it's not always equal, but it shouldn't always be you doing everything and they're doing a little bit here and there when you get mad. Watch them people who only want to do some shit when you mad at them. Now they want to make up and try to make things right. Now they want to start doing shit. No, if they didn't do that shit on their own, no, we ain't going for that. So I wanted to give you guys another example of how I allowed myself to love somebody more than myself. How I allowed myself to, love somebody else more than I love myself. So y'all, it would be times like in my relationship with my baby daddy, I would be like on my last couple dollars, and he would ask me for money to go buy tree skis and cigs, and I would tell him like, oh, I'm on my last couple dollars. And this man would look me in my face and say, well, do you still got some money you can give me so I can go buy these things? And I used to feel like I need to do this because I know if I don't, he gonna get mad. And then he gonna start some stuff with me, and then he gonna want to leave, and then he gonna want to go over to his family house, and then he gonna start talking to other people. And so instead of me just being like, okay, you a broke ass nigga, that's not my problem, this the last of my money, I'm taking care of all of us, I need to hold on to this money in case we need something, I would give him the money, y'all, because I didn't want him to be mad. I didn't want him to go off and go talk to other people. So I felt like I needed to basically pay him to be happy with me, because I loved him so much. Even though I didn't want to be in a relationship with him, I just loved him more than I loved myself, because I just felt like if I love him so much, one day he's going to change and he's going to love me the way I love him. And I was delusional as hell, like, period, straight up. Like, I was so delusional. Yeah, and a lot of times I would do that. Oh, hold on, my boobs just fall out. A lot of times when I would do that, y'all, he did not appreciate it. He still would try to find some way to, like, get the tree skis and go blow down the house with his partners instead of me. He'll be like, oh, okay, I'm about to go get it. I'm about to go to the store, be gone for hours, come back and only have like a little bit of tree skis to smoke with me. And I'll be like, well, damn, I gave you the money. This is at the time I used to blow down the house, y'all. I don't do tree skis no more. And when I say tree skis, y'all, I mean smoke, WEED. So yeah, and it would just be like, dang, I would feel so retarded after, like, dang, I just gave him money to go get some stuff, and then he went off to go smoke or go blow down the house with his partner, then came back to me when he had a little bit left, and was like, oh, here, this for you. Y'all, that would make me so mad. I would want to just get up and punch him in the face, because it's just like, why is you playing with me like this? But it's like, I kept taking him back. I kept putting up with it. So yeah, he gonna keep playing in my face because I kept allowing it. Like, y'all, you cannot be mad at people for doing things to you. You are allowing it. You gotta set boundaries. Oh, hold on. And when somebody crossed them, cut them off. Ultimately, I did so much for him out of love because I loved him so much. And y'all, he did not even when he would get money and stuff, he wouldn't even offer me not $1, y'all. He wouldn't put nothing on nothing unless I had to beg and plead and cry with him to do things. And then he had an attitude about it. And it's just like, I give you my last. And I'm asking you for a little something, something when I'm taking care of us and you are mad? You don't have nothing at all to offer me, but I'm giving you basically the world on a silver platter. Y'all, I loved him so much. Like, I let him get in my head and just really manipulate me so much. But it was because I just loved him so much. Even though I knew it was an unhealthy, toxic situation, I didn't have that much self-love. And when I say you love somebody more than you love themselves, than you love yourself, that just really means you don't love yourself at 100%. Because if you love yourself at 100%, you're not going to allow people to play with you, period. When you are not loving yourself at 100%, you allow people to do things to you that if you loved yourself more than them, you would not allow, because you're going to put yourself first. You're going to put your boundaries first. You're going to put how you feel first. You're not going to allow people to just keep treating you any kind of way when you love yourself more than anybody else, because you know your worth. And you know that, you could do better. Okay, so another example, y'all. I paid one of my ex's phone bills one day, and I felt like I needed to pay his phone bill because I needed to get in contact with him, because I didn't want him to, when dudes get bored and stuff and start doing stuff, they just start talking to people, want to ask other people. I just didn't want him to ask nobody else. I didn't want him to get bored and be wanting to go outside and roam around. And I know it sounds dumb, y'all, but I felt like I needed to pay his phone bill. I needed to be able to call him and get in touch with him when I wanted to talk to him and know what he doing, know where he at all times. Y'all, do y'all know I paid this man phone bill, and that same day I caught him talking to bitches on that goddamn phone? On FaceTime with bitches on that goddamn phone. And do you know what I did? I stayed with him because I loved him more than I loved myself. At that time, y'all, my self-love was so low. And I felt like, oh my God, I need him. I need love. I need a boyfriend. I need a man. I need him. When really, what did I need him for? He wasn't doing anything for me. He wasn't pouring into me how I was pouring into him. He didn't love me how I loved him, because he wouldn't play in my face like that. I paid this man phone bill because he was broke, and then he gonna use that phone, that same phone. Shit, I gave him the phone. On top of that, gave him the phone. And the same day I pay your phone bill, the first thing you do is hop on the phone with another bitch? Baby, and I stayed? Y'all, I'm so fucking embarrassed. Like, that's so goddamn embarrassing. Like, I'm so glad I woke the fuck up and I'm not that same bitch, because that is some, that right there is so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to even be saying shit like this out loud. Like, cause, and I was a full adult, full grown adult. Y'all, I know, embarrassing. But, shit happens, and I learn from it, and I know better, so then I can tell you so you could do better. Especially you young ladies out there, please hear my stories and be like, bitch, I could never, because you better not. I'm here to tell you, auntie, big sis, TT, Shayla is here to tell you, bitch, you better not dare. Ever. You better not. And if you did it already, you better not do it again. You better not. You better not. Okay? We not doing that. Okay, yeah. But a lot of times I just tried to please people I was with so much, just doing so much, going out of my way for them. It would drain me. It would literally drain me. I would get exhausted because I'm just overloading, loving them, doing things for them, that I forgot to do self-care for myself. I forgot to pour into myself and do stuff for me. All the extra money I had, I was buying them this, doing this, taking them here, doing this, getting niggas haircut, getting niggas right so they can look fine, to be all up in the next bitch face. Ugh. It was just so draining. It was so draining, y'all. And they was not pouring back into me at all. I can say I've never been in a relationship where they did hella shit for me like I did for them. And I know on my membership, I posted some shit on my membership, and I did do my birthday rant about Friend. But one thing I can say is, overall, me and Friend not in a relationship. We just really good friends. He pours into me just as much as I pour into him. Like anything I ask him for that I may want or whatever, he does it for me. He gets it for me. He shows up for me. I mean, except for that, him coming late on my birthday, but he did make up for it a little bit. But outside of that, y'all, I've never had a guy come into my life and pour into me as I pour into them. And Friend is the first dude, and I'm 31, that I've came in contact with that actually shows up for me. He actually is there for me. He actually does things for me without me having to ask or beg him. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how I've dealt with not so many guys, the few guys I did deal with, and I allowed them to be in my life so long without pouring into me. That shit is so embarrassing. And I just, and let's get on the spectrum of friends. I've had friendships where, I let friends, put me in situations I didn't want to be in because I wanted to make my friends happy. I didn't want to make my friends mad. I didn't want my friends to cut me off, because a lot of times I would feel like, okay, if I'm not doing this with my friend, if I don't go out this night, then she not going to ask me to kick it no more. She not going to ask me to go out anymore. And it was like I would just be doing things and being in dumb situations because I didn't want my friends to be mad at me. I didn't want my friends to ghost me, because I've had situations where, I didn't do something a friend wanted. I didn't go out or turn up, and now my friend is ghosting me. I let my friends pressure me into doing things that I didn't want to do. And y'all gonna hear on episode 2 of how I lost my V card on Wednesday how that happened. My friendship with Miss Burgundy, like she tried to start turning me into a girl that I wasn't. And I'm gonna do a girl talk. Let's be effing for real on this. A bad bitch versus a cutie pie. And like, she was trying to make me be this bad bitch, this girl who wears designer and the latest trends, doing this, doing that. When that wasn't me. I wanted to be unique. I wanted to be individual. I don't care if you don't like my style. You're my friend. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not dating you. We're friends. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to be like that, and I was spending money on shit that I really didn't need to, trying to buy designer and this and that, and it wasn't me. And it was just like I was trying to impress my friend, and it's like, bitch, we're not having sex. Why am I trying to impress you? It was getting exhausting being her friend. And I loved the friendship more than I loved myself, because I was just doing things that I didn't want to do to keep the friendship. So you got to be careful with friends too. If you find yourself, trying to impress your friends or doing things for your friends that you really don't want to do, you might need to reevaluate that just as much as a relationship. If you set boundaries with a friend and they don't respect them, that's not your friend. And yeah, it kind of started leading me on a path of destruction as well, trying to pour into my boyfriend, pour into my friends, be this person for my boyfriend, be this person for my friend, all at the same time. It was just so draining. And then I just started like drinking and not really paying attention, not really focused on my goals and myself and the things I wanted. And it just put me on a really bad path. But yeah, one day I just came to the realization after certain shit happened, and I was just like, after I got out first I got out the relationship with my last ex, and then like a couple months after that, I stopped being friends with a friend I was friends with for years. And after them two situations happened back to back, it just started making me realize, like, damn, like, I was pouring into these people more than I was pouring into myself sometimes. I loved them more than I loved myself at periods of time. And these motherfuckers didn't even care about that. And it really put me on a journey of self-love and putting myself first and saying no. Saying no. I had to get up in the morning and look at myself in the mirror and say no, 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 no. No, start getting comfortable with saying no. No. I love you. I fuck with you. But no. I'm sorry that makes you mad. But no. I'm sorry if you don't want to fuck with me after this. But no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to participate. I'm good. I love you. But no. Learn how to say no and stand on it. You should not feel bad for telling somebody no. If you can't do it, you don't. It don't matter. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. I don't give a shit what nobody says. I don't care. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Like, no. The only thing you really got to do something is like your kids. Other than that, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. Learn how to say no and stand on it. And one thing I will say, y'all, my biggest thing with this, when I really sat back and thought about it and analyzed my whole life and how much I've poured into everybody more than myself in my 31 years of life, is I regret that I did that because it set me so far back. Because I didn't focus on myself and the things I wanted to do with my life, because I was pouring more into other people, supporting others more than myself, whatever they want to do, whatever they need is, whatever did da 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 da. Y'all, I regret it so much. Chasing love can set you back so far in life. And I'm here to tell you, baby, do not do it. If you've given people time and energy and you're not receiving that same shit back, let that shit go. You do not want to be sitting like me in my 30s, realizing I wasted all my 20s loving other people more than me, putting other people before myself, and I could have been way farther in life if I would have just realized this shit in my early 20s and loved myself more than I loved everybody else. And I know they say you shouldn't regret shit in life, but I regret that shit. I regret it. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. I regret it so fucking much. I just be thinking about all the shit I'm doing now that if I was doing at 20, where I could be now. You know, I'm still, young and I still got time, but damn. I sacrificed my dreams and goals because I loved other motherfuckers more than I loved myself. Do not do that. Please, you never know when your last day is. If you knew tomorrow was your last day and you sat back and reflected on your life and you gotta say in any instance, damn, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. And I didn't do that because of this person or that person. You need to start reevaluating your whole life right now. Right the fuck now. Please learn from me. Learn from Auntie Shayla. Learn from Big Sis Shayla. Learn from me. Please. Like, I regret just making all those choices I made because I was trying to make others happy more than myself. So, just set boundaries, stand on it, learn how to say no, stand on it, and you need to practice what you preach every day. Y'all, every day, as much as possible, I'm trying to stand on business. I'm trying to not, like, get myself caught up in certain things and people I like. And y'all, that's why I don't like liking people, because as soon as I like somebody, I just want to give them the whole world on a silver platter. It's like, when I like somebody, if they say they want the moon, bitch, I'm trying to get the moon. We just gonna be in darkness at night. So say goodbye to the moon, because I'm about to wrap that bitch up and give it to this person. That's why I be having to be careful with people I like, because I be wanting to give somebody I like or love the world, and I just can't wait to find somebody who sees me like that. Like, they want to give me the whole entire world. If I ask for the sun, they finna go get that sun for me. Sorry, no more daytime for y'all, only for me. So, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm learning every day that you gotta pour more into yourself. You gotta love yourself more than anybody else, no matter what. I don't want to waste another day trying to be a people pleaser, loving somebody, and it's not in my best interest. And You know, you just cannot love others more than you love yourself. It's not healthy for you or them, because if that person walks away, you feel empty because you gave them all your love. You gave them all your happiness, and you feel like they are your happiness. And without them, you're not happy. You know, I get it, you know, relationships, friendship breakups are hard, but you don't want to feel empty after certain people leave your life. You might be upset, it may hurt your feelings, but you don't want to feel empty when people leave your life, because you should be loving yourself more than anybody else. You should never feel empty. You and God is really all you need at the end of the day. And people entering and leaving your life should just be a moment. It shouldn't consume your everyday. But yeah, y'all, that's it for this girl talk, loving yourself versus loving others. And, you know, I hope, you know, this touched somebody, this made somebody realize, like, ooh, hold on, wait a minute, you know, feel me? Is that me? Hold on. Because sometimes, y'all, we don't even realize that we loving other people more than we loving ourselves, because we're just so consumed and, you know, intoxicated with this particular person or people, that sometimes you don't realize how you are not pouring into yourself at times, because you're just so consumed with trying to make others happy, and you don't want to be a people pleaser. That's just not the way to live life, you know. You want to do things for people when you can, when you want, but you don't want to feel obligated to have to do things for people, because if you feel like if you don't, they're going to treat you different or look at you in a different type of way. But yeah, y'all, I don't want to ramble. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you are in this self-loving journey in your life, and comment down below if you have went on your self-loving journey. Give tips, give pointers, you know, give me feedback, commentary on this as well. You know, let's have a discussion in the comments and, you know, help somebody out, make somebody else's day. You know, if y'all see somebody posting something in the comments, you feel me, show them some love. If, you know, they saying, you know, they on their journey, give them some words of encouragement. Give me words of encouragement, because like I said, I'm like 95% on my self-love journey. It's this little 5% that I'm sketching on, I'm working on. But yeah, y'all, I'm a vibe, you a vibe, we should vibe, so you should what? You should like, comment, share, and subscribe, but only if you want to, only if you want to, only if you want to. If you're watching, that's really all I appreciate. Everything else is extra, and if you do, so I greatly appreciate it. Deuces.